Okay, welcome everyone to, I think this is game week 3 of the Zephyr Quiz League. Usual rules apply, please keep your hands on screen. And I'll let you know whose turn it is to answer. 30 seconds on the direct, 5 seconds on pass. Don't discuss questions until the end of the game week. So, good luck everyone. And we can start with Rana on seat 1. Which internet challenge started in March 2020 after influencer Eva Louise filmed herself licking an airplane toilet seat? It evolved into licking various surfaces such as door handles and subway poles, leading to platforms like TikTok blanket banning such videos.
Pass.
Arun?
Pass.
Akshay?
Pass.
Apra?
I'll pass.
Okay. So a blanket answer that was expected was COVID or the coronavirus challenge.
Oh.
Basically, people are checking if they could contract COVID just off of surfaces. Okay, Rana, your question 2. The Guggenheim Museum, built by Frank Lloyd Wright, serves as the setting for a scene in which 1997 movie. In the scene, NYPD officer James Darrell Edwards III manages to chase down a cephalopod that scales the exterior of the Guggenheim, thereby proving his potential and eventually leading to him being recruited into a special agency.
Men in Black.
Is correct. Well done. Arun, here's your first question. When Robert Hooke discovered his law of blank, that's 10 letters, in 1676, he published it as the anagram Sino Stuf. The solution to this was revealed later as the Latin ut tensio sic vis, meaning as the extension, so the force. Fill in the blanks. Ten seconds.
Sorry.
Springiness.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Apra?
Pass.
Rana?
Pass.
Springiness, not scientific enough, but this is elasticity. So that is again unanswered. Arun, your question 2. Identify this 7-time world weightlifting champion and 3-time Olympic gold medalist who has represented both Bulgaria and Turkey. He was given the nickname Pocket Hercules on account of his short stature and lifting prowess.
Naeem Suleimanoglu.
Is correct. Well done. Akshay, your question 1. Which test automation tool and popular Python library named after a chemical element was created in 2004 to compete with Mercury Interactive? The chemical element used as an antidote for mercury poisoning is named after a sibling of Helios and Eos. Ten seconds.
Selenium.
Correct. Well done. So, Selene, the moon goddess, I think.
Yeah.
Your second question, Akshay. In the 1960s, this complementary 3-letter slang abbreviation was used to describe incredibly cool or awesome surfing. What is this word that physicists define as the dose causing 100 ergs of energy to be absorbed by 1 gram of matter, and which has now been supplanted by the SI-derived unit gray? In the 1980s, it became familiar to an entire generation exposed to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
TNT.
Not right. Apra?
I'll pass.
Anna?
I'll say rad.
Yeah. Rad is right. Well done. So this comes from radiation absorbed dosage. Sorry. Good steal there. We come to Apra's first question. There have been a few instances of gender swaps in portraying Shakespearean characters. While the gender of this character has been ambiguous, Shakespeare uses male pronouns twice, once in stage directions and once in a speech by Prospero. The roles played by women for all of the 18th and 19th centuries. In 1930, Leslie French became the first male in centuries to play which character? Since then, the role has been played by actors of all genders.
Puck.
Not right. Arun?
Who's is it? Sorry, I can't see the pass.
Arun.
Okay. Ariel.
Ariel is right from The Tempest. But, Apra, your second question. One of the essays in Indian historian Manu S. Pillai's 2019 collection, The Courtesan, the Mahatma and the Italian Brahmin, Tales from Indian History, is about the cultural practices of the Mappila community of Kerala. They have their own version of an ancient Indian text where someone is portrayed as a sultan. This person is described to be struggling to shave because he has to put in 10 times the normal effort. Who is sultan?
Ravan.
Correct.
Oh, very nice.
Good answer. Still only the first round, everything close. Rana, your first question of round 2. The idea of uchi, that is clean and safe, and soto, that is impure or unknown, a clear distinction between the inside and the outside of homes, has shaped Japanese society for centuries. In this context, what are uwabaki, a requisite personal item that one might find at the entrance to homes?
A wash basin of sorts.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Apra?
Are they slippers?
I'll prompt you on that.
So these are indoor slippers. You walk in, you change into these slippers and you use them inside.
Perfect answer. Indoor slippers is what was needed because your outdoor slippers and indoor slippers are different in this case. Good steal there. And Rana, your second question. What dry anise flavored liquor is consumed widely as an aperitif in Greece? It lends its name to the scientific phenomenon where a milky oil in water emulsion is formed when water is added to this or any related transparent liquors or spirits.
Uzo.
Uzo is right. We come to Arun's first question. A 1960s Pulitzer Prize winning photograph features 3 people prominently along with a bunch of others. The first, Jim Level, a World War II veteran and Dallas detective who's pictured. And second, someone born Jacob Leon Rubenstein. Who is the third? Ten seconds.
John Wayne.
Not right. Akshay?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald. That's right. Well done. The picture was of Jim Newell and Jack Ruby, and Lee Harvey Oswald being shot. Arun, your question 2. Named in honor of a 19th century Englishman whose work frequently appeared in Punch and London Society, the Caldecott Medal is an annual award given to whom or for excellence in what field? It is given by a division of the American Library Association and considered a companion award to the Newbery Medal.
Is
10 seconds.
it for book illustrations or cartoons?
Perfect. Well done. The Newbery Medal is a children's literature award. So this one is just picture books or illustrations. Good answer there. Akshay, your question 1. This sport or activity was formalized in the early 20th century and is typically associated with the military as a part of boot camp. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's from my side. Can I mute and just unmute when I answer?
Yeah, that's
I'll
okay.
keep my hands.
This sport or activity was formalized in the early 20th century and is typically associated with the military as a part of boot camp training to test endurance, strength, and teamwork. What sport or activity that features several hurdles such as monkey bars, walls, mud crawls, rings of fire, etc.?
Obstacle racing.
Obstacle course racing is right. Or OCR, as you will see in later questions. Well done. Your second question. In his 2021 book, False Allies, India's Maharajas in the Age of Ravi Verma, Manu S. Pillai talks of a 1862 murder in the town of Mavelikara, Kerala. A member of the royal family was arrested and imprisoned for his role in the killing, which created news internationally for the unusual weapon used to rain blows on the victim. What item that can weigh over 50 kg and found in abundance all over Kerala was this?
Coconut tree.
Not right. Apra?
An elephant tusk.
Not right. Rana?
Pass.
Arun?
Oh, is it a jewel box?
No. On the right tracks with the natural world, Akshay, but this is a jackfruit. Or chakka, as it's called in Kerala. Okay, we come to Apra's first question. In Black Panther, Zuri, played by Forrest Whitaker, wears a robed outfit inspired by the Agbada, a flowing, wide-sleeved robe worn by which group of people in Western Africa? They constitute around 38 million people who live primarily in Nigeria, Benin, and Togo.
Bantu.
Not right. Rana?
I'll say Hausa.
Not right. Akshay?
I'll pass.
Arun?
Pass.
Is it Yoruba?
Is it Igbo?
This is Yoruba.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How is it spelled?
Yoruba. Okay, Apra, your second question. Which internet challenge involved people using a shot glass to cover their lips and using suction force to force blood into their lips, causing them to swell? It is named after a socialite whose puffy lips the people are trying to recreate.
Kim Kardashian.
Not right. It will pass to Akshay.
Pass.
Rana?
Donatella Versace.
Not right. Arun?
Angelina Jolie.
Not right. All,
Kylie Jenner.
yeah, Kylie Jenner is right. All of your guesses are good candidates.
Wrong member of the family. Yeah. Shit.
It was just a Kardashian. Okay, that wouldn't get you much.
Bad.
Okay, that's the end of 2 rounds. Still very close. Rana, your question 1 of round 3. The 1959 Caldecott Medal was won by Barbara Cooney for Chanticleer and the Fox, a retelling of a popular Middle Ages fable from which 1390 work did Cooney use as the basis for her book.
Canterbury Tales.
Is correct. Well done. This is the Nun's Priest's Tale from the Canterbury Tales. And your second question. Identify this gymnast who won gold as a part of the unified team at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, Asian Games, and World Championship medals representing Uzbekistan, and a silver in vault representing Germany in Beijing 2008. She holds the distinction of being the oldest gymnast to have competed at the Olympics.
Her last name is Chukovitana.
Good enough. Well done. Chusovitina.
No.
Not Chusovitina. Okay. We come to Arun, your first question. The full title of the Sultan of Brunei is Kebawa Duli Yang Maha Mulia Blank Seri Baginda. The words Seri Blank mean His Majesty, and the blank is a type of footwear associated with ancient Hindu and Buddhist religious traditions. What's the good word?
Bhagwan.
Not Bhagwan. Akshay?
Pass.
Apra?
Is it Paduka?
This is Paduka. Well done. These are the wooden minimalist slippers from South Asia and Southeast Asia. Good steal there. And this is Arun's second question. Beautiful Soup is a Python library for parsing and retrieving data from HTML and XML files. It gets its name from a poem from Alice in Wonderland that is narrated by a melancholic character who wishes he wasn't just a blank blank, that's 4 and 6 letters. Which character named after a dish that was popular during the Victorian period? The dish was created after the original reptilian protein integral to the dish was nearly hunted to extinction.
Mock turtle.
Yes, correct. Well done. Yeah, basically the turtles ran out, so they used a mock turtle. This is a direct to Akshay now. What is the title of the show about an anthropomorphic bobcat? The word is British slang for a slightly drunk person, but is now used as a synonym for mad or crazy. It is supposedly derived from a word that means a blow to the head, which would lead to people acting crazy.
Bonkers.
Bonkers is right. Well done.
Oh.
The second question also has an image. The Guardian called this illustration from Robert Hooke's Micrographia as the first great work of British art, laying the foundations for Stubbs, Constable, Hearst, etc. What insect did he draw? Ten seconds.
Moth.
Not right. Apra?
Is it a bed bug?
Not right. Rana,
Flea.
can you repeat that?
Flea.
Flea is right. Well done. Hard luck with bedbug, I think. Looks probably similar. But good steal, Rana. Apra, your first question of round 3. In scientific trials, which word refers to the standard or placebo treatment that can be compared against the investigational treatment to show that an approved treatment in the trial works? In the world of John le Carre, the same word is used to refer to the head of the circus. One second.
I'll pass. Can't think of it.
Akshay,
Blind.
not right. Arun,
Control.
this control or the control group.
Control group.
Good steal again. And Apra, your second question. One of the events of the Tough Mudder OCR event, that's an obstacle course race, is a half pipe slicked with oil and grease. What is this obstacle named after? An entity that had its height reassigned by a 2-country panel in 2020. Ten seconds.
Is it Everest?
Everest is right. Well done. That's the end of 3 rounds. Moving to Rana's first question of round 4. The members of the elite force Dora Milaje from Black Panther wear beaded red and gold outfits that are inspired by the garments worn by the women of which Nilotic ethnic group inhabiting parts of Kenya and Tanzania? A national game reserve in the region is named in their honor.
Masai.
That's correct. And the second question, in his 2018 tome Rebel Sultans, The Deccan from Khilji to Shivaji, Manu S. Pillai mentions that Alauddin Shah, the founder of the Bahmani Sultanate, was one of the earliest Muslim kings in India to declare that no blank, that's 5 or 6 letters, should be levied from non-Muslims in lieu of military service. What was this? Best associated with another Indian ruler from much later.
Jizya.
Jizya is right. Well done. Jizya was famously abolished by Akbar. Arun, your question 1 of round 2. In legalese, it is a sworn pre-trial questioning by a legal team as part of collecting evidence. In art, it is the representation of the body of Christ being brought down from the cross. In science, the same word refers to an accumulation of minerals in a bodily organ or matter by natural processes. What 10-letter noun is this? In seconds.
Attestment.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Apra?
Pass.
Rana?
I'll pass.
Okay. This is probably most accessible from the legal angle. This is a deposition.
Oh, deposition.
Okay. Arun, this is your second question. What transparent anise flavored liquor is widely consumed in Italy? It also comes in the black or red variants and is added to coffee in place of sugar to produce a cafe corretto or consumed widely in clubs as a flaming shot? Ten seconds.
No, pass.
Akshay,
Pass.
Apra,
Pass.
Rana.
Won't risk. Pass.
Okay. I'll tell you the answer. This
This
is
Sambuca.
Sambuca.
Sambuca,
Starts with
damn it.
S. Yeah.
Sambuca is right.
It's good to remember.
Should have risked it.
Yeah, hard luck. I didn't want you to give a non-comp answer because there are more anise flavored liquors.
Oh, got it. Sorry. Won't do that now on.
Yeah, no worries. Akshay, your question 1 of round 4. In 2019, Glenda Jackson returned to the stage after a gap of 25 years to play which Shakespearean title character, first performed on St. Stephen's Day in 1606. Glenda said, "Seems timely to me. Edmund complains old people die before giving their children money when they are too old to spend it. If that's not the millennial trope, I don't know what is."
Lady Macbeth.
Not right. Apra,
I'll pass.
Rana.
King Lear.
King Lear is right. Well done. Good steal there.
Yes.
Who has to split his estate between his daughters and all that. Akshay, your second question. Falling Water by Frank Lloyd Wright served as the inspiration for the design of the fictional Van Damme house in which 1959 movie? Perched precariously almost on top of Mount Rushmore, the Van Damme house features prominently in one of the final sequences of the movie, leading to a cliffhanger finish.
James Bond.
Not right. Apra,
Pass.
Arun,
North by Northwest.
North by Northwest is right. Good steal again. And Apra, this is your first question. This photograph shows a dignified veiled widow clutching her youngest child's head to her lap, while the eyes of her daughter gaze mournfully during what occasion at a church? This made its photographer, Moneta Sleet Jr., the first African American to win the Pulitzer Prize for Journalism in 1969.
The funeral of Martin Luther King Jr.
Perfect. Well done. And your second question coming up. Keras is a Python library for implementing neural networks created by the project Open-Ended Neuroelectronic Intelligent Robot Operating System, the name alluding to the accurate predictions that the library generates. The project's name alludes to what dream spirits from Greek mythology?
Morpheus.
Not right. Akshay,
Pass.
Rana,
I'll pass.
Arun.
Pass.
I take non-com.
Yeah,
Oracles.
you'll probably be right. Okay, no, not right. So this is just an acronym of this long thing, which is Oneros.
Oh,
Oh, that's all.
When
long.
I
Saw it, I didn't
are-
know what it was.
Yeah. Okay, that's the halfway mark of the quiz. Rana has a lead of 3 points over Arun. Apra and Akshay are close behind. We have a whole half to go. Round 5, question 1 to Rana. Blanks blank, that is 7' and then a 3-letter word, is an animated TV show that follows Leonard Helperman, a kid who hates going to school because his mother works there. His dog Spot misses Leonard and comes up with an ingenious idea to dress up as a kid and go to school to spend more time with Leonard. What is the name of the show? A term used by kids to mock Leonard and can also be used to describe Spot. Ten seconds.
Hmm.
I need an answer.
Teacher's pet.
Is correct.
Oh, nice. Correct.
Well done. It's literally the teacher's pet. And your second question, Rana. This obstacle racing company is named after an ancient city-state which prioritized military proficiency and physical excellence in its social structuring. Name the company whose logo is seen here.
Sparta or Spartan.
This is called the Spartan race. That's good enough. 2 on 2 again. Arun, your question 1 of round 5. A 1946 Orson Welles Broadway production with music and lyrics by Cole Porter was one of the most expensive failures in theater history. It featured elaborate props such as a giant eagle, an authentic Japanese circus troupe, and even an elephant. Which 1870s work of literature featuring a character with a name similar to a document one might need to complete the titular quest inspired this production?
Oh, okay. Around the world in 80 days.
And who's the character?
Passepartout.
That's right. This is on Passepartout, or From Around the World in 80 Days. Your second question. The headgear worn by T'Challa's mother, Queen Ramonda, was inspired by the hat worn traditionally by married women of which ethnic group in southern Africa? The various clans of the group were part of an independent kingdom between 1816 to 1897.
Zulu.
Zulu is right. 2 on 2 again. We move to Akshay's question 1. In 2020, the photo on the left was used in anti-socialist propaganda with the miscaption, a priest giving the last rites to a farmer who was being executed because he refused to work for the regime. Although this Pulitzer Prize-winning photo is authentic, it is not of a farmer, but of a corporal, formerly of which dictator's army? The dictator was overthrown by the socialist regime in 1959. Ten seconds.
Fernandez.
All right. Apra?
Batista.
Batista is right. Good steal. Akshay, your question 2. Which internet challenge involved people making designs on their body using a product containing active ingredients like titanium dioxide, avobenzone, or zinc oxide, and then laying outdoors to complete the challenge? The person with the most artistic output was considered the winner.
Paintings.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Paintings.
Okay, not right. Pro?
Bus.
Rana?
Pass.
Arun?
Go with Sunburn because this is sunscreen.
Well done. That's a very good answer. This is called the Sunburn Challenge. because those are the ingredients in sunscreen. And basically they lay in the sun to create negative art or whatever, based on what the sunscreen covers. Okay, well done. Apra, your question 1. While he was at Oxford, Robert Hooke befriended someone. He became this person's assistant and was responsible for the design and operation of a device associated with him. Who was this person? The device in question is the subject of this 1768 painting.
Davy.
Not right. Akshay?
Boyle.
Boyle is right. Well done. Hard luck on TV. This is called The Air Pump. The painting is an experiment on a bird in the air pump by Joseph Wright Darby. And Apra, your second question. High Society is a musical with music and lyrics by Cole Porter about a group of pretentious Oyster Bay socialites. A visual description of what 2-word feline phrase features on a remastered poster. The phrase is generally used for powerful and rich members of an elitist society.
Top Cat.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Anna?
Fat cats.
This is Fat Cat.
Oh, very nice.
Good steal again, Rana. And come to you for your first direct. Which word is used in science to describe non-native creatures and plant species introduced to an area from which they don't originate? It derives from the Latin word for belonging to another and is also used to refer to someone who is not a naturalized citizen of the country where he or she is living. It's also the name of a sci-fi film from the late 1970s.
Alien.
Alien is correct. Your second question. The blank, that's a 6-letter word, Python package provides the capability to convert an in-memory object into a byte stream so that it can be saved as a file and used at a later point. Identify this package whose name reflects this ability to store and preserve items. Unlike the real world item or process it is named after, neither vinegar nor salt is used.
Pickle.
Pickle is right. 2 on 2 again. And we move to Arun's question 1. The interlocking concrete block architectural pattern of the Ennis House by F.L. Wright served as the inspiration for the futuristic interiors of a key character's house in which 1980s movie. Meant to signify decadence and a postmodern feel as per the director, its resident is a former bounty hunter turned specialist police officer whose job is to retire certain trespassers on Earth.
My direct, right?
That is to you, yeah.
Blade Runner.
Is correct. Second question. Sarah Bernhardt was the first woman to play which character on screen in a 2-minute film from 1900 showing the duel to the death against Laertes. She has also portrayed the character in theatre.
Hamlet.
Correct. 2 on 2 again. Well done. Akshay, this is your question, man. What anise-flavored spirit is consumed traditionally in France as an aperitif? Created as an alternative following the ban of absinthe, it gets its name supposedly from a French word meaning stylistic imitation.
Pass.
Apra?
Chartreuse.
Not right. Rana?
Pass.
Arun?
Pass.
Okay. Pass is like half the answer because this is pastiche
Pastiche.
from pastiche. No prompts, unfortunately. And this is the second question to Akshay. Pakistan's first test captain also played for India against England in the 1945-46 test series. Who is this cricketer, one of 3 to have represented both countries in tests, when the other 2 players are Amir Ilahi and Gul Muhammad?
Khan.
Not right. Apra,
Pass.
Rana,
Kardar.
Kardar is right. Well, this is Abdul Hafiz Kardar. And we come to Apra's question 1. Milo blanks blank, again 6 letters, apostrophe 3 letters, is a show where the titular character Milo has a reputation for extreme misfortune and constant bad luck. According to the show, this misfortune is because Milo is a descendant of American aerospace engineer Edward Aloysius Blank, which is the same 6-letter word. What seemingly pessimistic adage gives the show its name?
Murphy's Law.
Is right. Well done.
Oh,
So it's Murphy's law. What can go wrong will go wrong. And your second question, Opera. The 1963 Caldecott Medal winning book about a boy named Max who dresses up in wolf costume went on to become a timeless classic. Name the book whose title was inspired by the Yiddish expression Wilde Chaya, used to refer to boisterous children.
pass.
Akshay,
Pass.
Arun,
Pass.
Rana,
Pass.
no one attempting. Wilde became wild. This is Where the Wild Things Are by Morris.
Sendak.
Okay, that's the end of, I think, 6 rounds. Rana still has a lead of about 4 points over Arun. 2 more rounds to go. Rana, your question 1. A 1930 Cole Porter Broadway musical is based on the story of a magazine cartoonist named Peter Arno, which magazine that was also paid tribute to in a 2021 film features in the title of this musical. Seconds.
Harper's Bazaar.
Not right. Akshay,
Pass.
Arun,
Punch.
not right. Opera,
Pass.
oops, not right. No, it's okay. Opera, okay, it's a pass.
Yeah, pass.
If I told you the movie was The French Dispatch, do you have a guess?
Nope.
Okay, this is The New Yorker,
No.
which inspired, I think, the poster art for The French Dispatch.
I didn't know it had released.
It required Europe release. I don't know about India. Yeah, I think India also. Okay, Rana, your question 2. Robert Hooke was of a slight build and suffered from kyphosis, that is a hunched back. Some sources have interpreted a famous scientific remark to be a sarcastic nod at this disability. What remark by the person pictured?
Standing on shoulders of giants.
Is right. Well done. If I have seen further, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants.
Shoulders of giants.
Okay, Arun, your question 1 of round 7. Rugged Maniac is a Mark Cuban funded obstacle course race that has 25 obstacles in each race. One of the obstacles is to scale an 8-foot tall wall that is named after a psychological phenomenon which suggests that a relative lack of height will propel people to act more aggressively. Name the obstacle.
It's Napoleon. Napoleon complex.
Napoleon complex is right. And your second question. Which internet challenge involved people attempting everyday activities like cooking, walking in busy streets, and driving cars while fully blindfolded? It started after Netflix teamed up with Twitch streamers as part of a promotion to challenge them to play video games blindfolded.
Kiki challenge.
Not right. Akshay?
Bird box.
So the Bird Box challenge,
Oh.
after the movie in which I think Sandra Bullock is blindfolded. Okay, good steal there, Akshay, and your first direct coming up. This is a gift from the Iraqis. This is the farewell kiss, you dog, shouted journalist Muntadhar Al-Zaidi while throwing a pair of shoes at which dignitary during a news conference. To his credit, the intended recipient of this missile ducked successfully and later humorously observed, "All I can report is a size 10. Who was this agile target?
Bush.
Bush is right. Well done.
George.
Yeah, George W. Bush. Bush is acceptable. And your second question. Wakabi, played by Daniel Kaluuya, is wrapped in the Wakandan version of a distinctive woolen blanket worn commonly by what group of people in southern Africa? They lend a name to a small enclaved country in the region.
Lesotho.
Lesotho is good enough. These are the Soto or Basotho people, and Lesotho means land of the Soto. So I think that is a 2-on-2. Well done. Apra, your question 1. An image on the right. Who is the only footballer to have played 2 World Cup finals representing 2 different countries? In the first of these in 1930, he ended up on the losing side against Uruguay. But in the second instance in 1934, his team defeated Czechoslovakia.
I'll take a guess. Pichichi.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Rana?
Louis Monty.
This is Monty. Well done. I think that's probably a D'Artagnan to you. And Apro, your question 2. The house of the villainous Mayor Kenji Kobayashi of Megasaki City, in which 2018 movie was modeled on the now demolished Imperial Hotel in Tokyo, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. The movie gets its name from the nickname of Trash Island, the other prominent location in the movie to which all pets have been banished following a zoonotic influenza outbreak. To Apro.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds.
Ultraman.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Arun?
Just can't remember.
Is that a pass?
Yeah, I said pass.
Rana?
Pass.
It's that dog thing, yeah.
Another Wes Anderson film.
Yeah.
This is Isle of Dogs.
I
love
love
dogs.
dogs. Oh.
Yeah. I've seen the movie.
That's the end of 7 rounds. Rana has a healthy lead. Your first question, Rana. He shot blank, 6 letters. He shot the pig, didn't he? He shot the secretary in the head, didn't he? Between the eyes, in the chest, point 22 are the best. For your dear, for your honey, kill the prez. These are the lyrics from the self-titled song JFA by a band formed in April 1981, inspired by an event that also led to this Pulitzer Prize-winning photo. Who does JF in JFA refer to?
Jodie Foster.
That's correct. Well done. This is Jodie Foster, reference to John Hinckley Jr., who attempted to assassinate Reagan to impress Jodie Foster. And your second question. Mark Rylance first played this Shakespearean character on February 2nd, 2002, the 400th anniversary of the first recorded performance of the play. He won his 3rd Tony in 2014 for playing which character with many suitors? The character appears in a play whose title references the eve of the Feast of Epiphany.
Viola.
Not right. Akshay?
Pass.
Apra?
Pass.
Arun?
The 12th night lead, right?
You're close with Viola. It's an anagram, almost an anagram of Viola. This is Olivia
Olivia. Oh, Olivia. Oh.
from 12th Night.
Yeah.
Okay, Arun, your question 1. In his debut work, The Ivory Throne, Chronicles of the House of Travancore, Manu S. Pillai talks about the Halcyon Castle, a royal retreat in Kovalam near Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. It was converted into a hotel in the 1960s. Manu later added in a tweet that it was in one of the rooms of this hotel that a pioneering Indian, who is considered the father of a field in the country, was found dead in December 1971. Who is this person?
It's Vikram Sarabhai.
Is right. Well done. And your second question. What is the name of this animated TV series set in New York City that involved creatures who would only operate during the night and turn to stone in daylight?
Gargoyles.
Well done. That's 2 on 2 answer. And we come to Akshay, your question 1. Chris Van Allsburg won the Caldecott Medal in 1981 for which children's fantasy picture book that was adapted into a film in 1995. The film has spawned 2 sequels in 2017 and 2019.
Conjuring.
Not right. Apra?
Jumanji.
Jumanji is right. Well done. The board sort of hints to the plot, I guess. And your second question, Akshay. Blank Blank, that's 3 and 3 letters, is a 1950s Cole Porter Broadway production about the showgirls from the Montmartre dance halls during the 1890s. Which dance form fills in the blank?
Hip hop.
Not right. Apra?
Can.
Can is right again. That's 2 steals for you, Apra, and your 2 questions coming up. Served commonly with mezze, what anise-flavored spirit is consumed widely in the Levantine countries Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and Israel? It is not to be confused with the distilled alcoholic drink popular in South Asia and made from the fermented sap of coconut flowers or sugarcane.
Arak.
Arak is right. Good answer. It's spelled A-R-A-K, not to be confused with Arak. And the last question of the set. When the British resident in this kingdom refused to remove his footwear in the presence of the king, he was not allowed to meet the royal. Consequently, the British withdrew their delegation in 1879, and in the war that ensued, the Konbaung dynasty fell, leading to which kingdom being annexed to a larger British colony?
Zanzibar.
Not right. Akshay?
Tibet.
Not right. Passes to Arun.
Burma.
Burma is right. Well done. That possibly, I think, gets you a win on the last question.
Oh, is it 2 points or 3 point difference?
Actually, I'm not sure. Okay. Anyway, well done,
Thanks
Rana.
a lot for reading. Thanks for reading.
Thanks, Shashwat.
Thank you. Good game.
Good show, Rana, man. Super form.
Thank you.